Ah, second kingdom beast. We'll see this in Revelations chapter 13. Right. Second kingdom beast. There's a lot of confusions about the second kingdom beast. Uh, so I've been trying to figure out how I can represent this to be understood. This is during the second kingdom. The first kingdom became corrupt and came to an end. And Christ gave the kingdom over to new people. Let's see where this beast comes into and what its timeline could be. I'm not dogmatic, it's just my opinion. If you'll notice, verse 3, and I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. Right. We have Genesis chapter 3 that speaks of this deadly wound that Christ did to the serpent. So this gives us an idea of who we're dealing with, right? The serpent. And all the world wandered after the beast. Now, it's going to describe this beast. And remember, the beast is a governmental system. And this governmental system opened its mouth in blasphemies against God, and blasphemies in his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. All right. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and overcome them. Power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So this governmental system is going to be over everything. It's not going to be avoidable. There's no running from it. It's more like you need to be able to identify what this beast system is. Now, this beast has a description. Sorry, should have went over the description first. I was looking for it, but I had not marked it. It's verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. Okay, so we have a description of the body of the beast. Now, this would also be like leprosy, because that was what the animal represented. Okay, so this body is going to be poisonous. It's going to be full of diseases and harmful things, right? And it's going to be spotted. So it's going to go in like it cares and come out with destruction. So you'll see it go in to love on these people that are in so much trouble and need, and its helpful ways is to destroy them. We see that today. Its feet were like the feet of a bear. And it's destructive. Its pathways. He has a good speech, but his pathways always lead in destruction. And his mouth has the mouth of a lion. Lions roar, and how he's the king of the animal world, the lion. So he's going to speak as if he's the word of God. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So, and this is going to spread all over the world. And you can see that it's in the second kingdom, because in the first kingdom, no one could be collected. You can read that in Hebrews chapter 12. It was only after the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ did anyone become collected. They all had to wait. This beast will say he has the mouth of God, and it's because he had the mouth of God before. So this is a recognizable beast. It was given him in verse 7 to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. We have another beast coming up out of the earth, and he has two horns like a lamb. Now, what did Christ talk about? You have sheep and you have goat. A goat looks almost identical to a sheep or lamb. So in the first kingdom, the goat was separated. Okay, so we can see the beast that is separated. That beast was separated in 70 AD when that beast that was of the first kingdom and the end of the first kingdom was at 70 AD. And you have the second kingdom that was given over to man, not the third kingdom that comes from God. So you have a description. He's going to look like a lamb, but he never was a lamb. And he spoke as a dragon. Now, we had this before. They spoke good things, but they never did good things. It always ended in destruction. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. So we have the first kingdom and the lamb that is not the lamb. So we have the goat and the kingdom that was set up where man was fallen. And this is in the second kingdom. It's not in the first kingdom. This is talking second kingdom. We have saints and whose deadly wound was healed. Now, that's pretty clear. And deceived him and deceived them that dwelled on the earth by the means of miracles which had powers to do the sight of the beast, saying to them, dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast. Okay, so we just talked about the image. We just talked about how man is over the beast, then you have the beast, and you have the cattle, the bird, and the serpent. And below that is the grass, the people. Now that's how God has set up. That is not the image of this beast. This beast image is in a corrupt order. But now it has this, like a lamb, I would say goat, at the head, and the beast and man below. That is not in the image of God or in the likeness of God. That is in the way of the corruption, which had wound by a sword and did live. See, it was a sword of God that wounded this beast. Trying to just bring understanding to Revelations 13 so that people can understand. If you're looking at a kingdom that wants to kill, steal, and destroy, even if they say we're trying to bless and bring righteousness, it's this kingdom. Don't be fooled. It's been forewarned. And in your heart, the Spirit should really be leading you to this understanding. Anyway, that's the second kingdom beast. And I just wanted to kind of show people because this is the time that we're in. This head of the lamb that's fixing to be like speaking for God has rose. He's risen up. He's about ready to take control. And people have to come to realize, and you're only going to realize it through the fruit of the Spirit. And that fruit of the Spirit is, 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4, God is kind, God is love, God is patient, God is forgiving, he doesn't boast. This kingdom here is going to do the very opposite. He's going to lie. He's going to boast. He's going to put all the focus upon him. Thank y'all.